Hello everyone. Through this video, let me introduce you to the analysis of an RC series circuit. We consider a resistor and capacitor connected in series, and that is excited by a sinusoidal voltage source V of t, where V of t is equal to Vm sine omega t. And this voltage is written as a phasor as V is equal to Vm divided by root 2 angle 0, and V is the phasor voltage. And having a phasor voltage V from the source, let us now understand what would be the voltage that would be dissipated across the resistor and the capacitor. Along the resistor, if VR is the voltage that is dissipated, then we know current phasor I is equal to VR divided by R, and hence on cross multiplying we'll have VR to be equal to I into R. Let's have it as the first equation. And also similarly we have for a capacitive circuit, if the voltage is VC, current I is equal to omega C into V. On cross multiplication we'll have Vc to be equal to I divided by omega C, where 1 by omega C is equal to Xc, which is called the capacitive reactance. Now, substituting the value of 1 by omega C as Xc, we have Vc is equal to 1 Xc into I. This expression gives only the magnitude of the voltage, that is the capacitor voltage. And we know the phasor relationship between the current and voltage for a capacitor. For a capacitor, current leads voltage by an angle 90 degree. Current leads voltage by an angle 90 degree, or we could say voltage lags behind current by an angle 90 degree. So let us just have this phasor diagram rotated to an angle 90 degree. So when we rotate it to an angle 90 degree, now the current waveform is becoming the reference, and the voltage is coming along the negative imaginary axis, and hence Vc is written as minus j Xc into I, and this is going to be our second equation. So let us apply KVL to this mesh or to this circuit. Now applying KVL, we write the applied voltage or the applied voltage phasor is appearing across the resistor and the capacitor, and it is written as V is equal to I into R plus minus j Xc into I. In both the terms we have I, so we take it out in common, and it is I into R minus j Xc. On cross multiplication, we'll have V by I to be equal to R minus j Xc. And we know the ratio of voltage or the ratio of phasor voltage to the ratio of phasor current is impedance. And impedance is represented as Z. So Z is equal to R minus j Xc. And the magnitude of impedance, the magnitude of this complex number is magnitude of Z is equal to root of R square plus Xc square. And now let's draw a triangle with this. So R is along the real axis, and we have Xc with a negative magnitude in the imaginary axis, and the product of the sum of these two is going to be Z, and the angle it makes between R and Z is called as the impedance angle, because this is the angle of this triangle We call this triangle as the impedance triangle. And hence, we could write phi as tan inverse of, or first let's write what tan phi is. Tan phi is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. So xc divided by r. And hence you write phi to be equal to tan inverse of xc is having a value along the negative axis. So it's written as minus xc divided by r. And we could see that tan value is, or tan inverse of this negative number is again a negative number. And hence phi is going to be within a range minus 90 degree to 0. So now this phi is also known as the phase angle. Phase angle is going to define the phasor relationship between voltage and current. Now let me draw the phasor diagram with the voltage. Phasor diagram is the diagram that gives the relationship between the phasor voltage and the phasor current. In this circuit, in a series RC circuit, elements resistor and capacitor are connected in series, which means we have the current in common. So current is taken as the reference phasor. So we have the current as the reference phasor. And now let's draw the phasor diagram. So if this is the current phasor, multiplying it with the factor R, we get VR, that is the voltage drop across resistor. And we know XC is negative, and multiplying J times XC with I, we get VC. And hence, VC is drawn along the negative imaginary axis. So this is VC. Adding VR and VC together, we get V, that is the applied voltage. So adding these two together, we get V. And it could be seen that between current and voltage, we have an angle phi, and this angle phi is going to vary from minus 90 degree to 0. Then cos of phi, the power factor, will fall or vary from 0 to 1. Now let's draw the power triangle. So multiply this portion of this triangle with a value I. So VR into I will give us the real power, and VC into I gives us the reactive power, and V phasor into I phasor gives us the value of apparent power, and hence S is written as P plus JQ, and we call this as the power triangle. And here again we have the same angle phi, which is also known as the power angle. So there are three different names for this angle. One is the impedance angle, the other is the power angle, or it is also known as the phase angle. And now we know how to write the relationship of P and Q. So let me again repeat it. So S is equal to V into I, and cos phi is equal to P divided by S, which is VI. On cross multiplication, we'll have P is equal to VI cos phi, and Q is VI sin phi. The unit of the apparent power is volt ampere. The unit of the real power, real power, true power, average power, or actual power everything means the same and its unit is watt, and the unit of Q is volt ampere reactive. Okay, so volt ampere reactive is the unit of Q. Now from this phasor diagram, let me introduce you to the waveform. As it could be seen here, voltage lags current by an angle phi, or it could be said current leads voltage by an angle phi. Voltage is Vm sine omega t, Vm sine omega t, a sinusoidal waveform, and current waveform as seen here leads voltage by an angle phi. So this is current waveform, and we have the voltage waveform. And if we want to plot the power, then mark all zero crossing instants. So here we have a zero crossing instant. Here we have a zero crossing instant. And then here. So mark every zero crossing instant, take the product of voltage and current, and we'll get the plot of instantaneous power, which is represented as P of t. Thank you.